What's up, YouTube? It's me, the Artisan MC, and today I'm here to give you my reaction to House of the Dragon Season 3, Episode 1. Well, I was waiting for this show to come back, and I was reminded by my mother that it was coming on today. So I made sure I set aside some time to watch it and do my reaction and review for Patreon. And coming back to this episode, or this series, I should say, I'm really of the mind that I don't care about the hoopla. I don't care about how much money you spent on explosives and the extras and the battles and all the rest of that stuff. What I want to see is how good is the story, because last season, the end of last season, left a very bad taste in my mouth. And I wasn't ready to get off the show, but I was really skeptical on what I was going to see coming into this one. Now, after watching this episode, I will say that I'm one episode down in the 3 that I gave them to try to keep people on board. And then after that, the bullshit is going to start, is how I'm looking at it. Now, this episode is a reestablishing episode. They did a lot to catch you up from the last 2 seasons to this one, to know where we are and where all the characters and where the pieces are on the board. I will say I like Damon possibly being back, Rhaenyra. I like Matt Smith and seeing his group out in the field doing battle is good. The people that run up on him afterwards, I believe, are the Starks, but I'm not remembering that character's name, even though it's an actor that I know, that I've seen in a lot of stuff. I like that actor, but I don't know what character Stark he is playing right now. Now, this episode goes through a lot of really quick, short scenes to establish all 12 of these characters and where they all are in the world. The first one you start off with is Baela, I believe I got her name right, and Sheepstealer. And you see that Sheepstealer is still around, and this girl is still chasing after this damn dragon. And she's actually gets close enough to touch Sheepstealer. And at a point, ride him. The problem with that for me is this chick's screeching. I hate the sound of her voice. All she's doing is screaming while she's on this damn dragon. It's like you've been running all across the Vale looking for this damn thing. You find it, you're chasing it around, and now as soon as you get on it, you're screaming the whole time. Like, what did you think it was going to be? You're going to be flying on this thing. What are you scared of? Whatever. So we get the last of the, blooded new dragon riders in the form of Sheepstealer. Now, moving on, you get Corlys and Alan in the gullet sailing to fight Iona the Fist. Now, I had a prediction in this that didn't come true, and I'm very happy about that. Right, I'm very happy about that. My prediction was that since this woman from the Triarchy, Iona, had this real blood feud with Corlys, that I was going to see this big white chick actually kill Corlys in the show, since they put him on the front of the banner for this episode. It's like, oh shit, so he's leaving the show in this episode. That's messed up. Now, what I got from this was not that, but I was happy to be wrong in this instance. I was. I like Corlys. I like the actor playing him, and I would like to see that character stick around a little bit longer in the show. I didn't want to see him killed off in the first episode of the new season. That would be crap. So I was happily wrong in that sense. And I don't care if that seems like a spoiler. I did not want him to die to that woman. That was not going to be okay for me for the first episode coming back to this show to see one of the lead black male characters killed off by some big white chick. I like that was not going to work for me at all. Thankfully, I didn't see that, so I'm fine with that. The other part of this is Alicent having secreted herself to Dragonstone and meeting with Rhaenyra and making a plan to have a bloodless takeover of the Red Keep, King's Landing. She heads back to find out that the king wants to see her, and when she goes to go to his room, she is redirected to the throne room, in which we see Aemond sitting on top of the Iron Throne, and Alicent finds out that Aegon is gone. So is Larys. And Aemond is now king, since Aegon abdicated the throne. And Alicent quickly shits her pants, or shits her dress. You can't see it, but it's all on her face. She is terrified because her best laid plans are now screwed. And the new king knows that she's been missing from the keep for a couple days. So she has to come up with a story on the spot of where she was. And while Alicent may be able to manipulate Aegon, she is not as easily able to manipulate Aemond, because that one I see through a lot. It does. So I was terrified for her. I thought she was going to die in that scene. She didn't, but I thought she was. Now, Aegon has been secreted away by Larys Strong and is setting out on their journey to get to wherever they're running to. I forget what place they were going to, but turns out they are stopped by some people, some soldiers, and they are told to have been on the Queen's Road, and they have to swear fealty. Well, Larys kneels and swears fealty so these soldiers could let them go on their way. But Aegon finds some backbone and doesn't want to kneel. Now, to save their lives, Larys tries some cleverness, which he actually tells them, the soldiers, that Aegon is the king. He's the king. He's King Aegon. And through some other proof, they believe him. And he tries to manipulate the situation to save their lives, even though Aegon is acting like a dumbass, not understanding what he's doing, and trying to say he's not the king, even though he wouldn't kneel when they were just asking him for this, swell fealty to her. Well, you're standing up like you the backbone and you the king. You can't do it. So when he told everybody the king, then you was like, oh, no, I'm not. No. That was stupid. But the plan was kind of sound in the fact that Larys manipulates his way that they should be taken to the queen because they would make a handsome prize. It would be wrong of them to kill them on the road and not bring them to the queen, because they could be rewarded if they brought her to the queen. That was kind of clever to save their ass, because Aegon was going to get them killed. Flat out, either way. If they knew he was the king or not, he was going to get them killed. So, thanks to Larys, quick thinking, they should be spirited on their way to Dragonstone by this troop and spared a little bit. Now, some of the other characters you meet, Criston Cole, you see that he is unbothered, really, where he is with the Hightower. I think he's with one of the Hightower brothers. He is kind of disenchanted with all of this. He doesn't seem bothered by anything that's happening. Now, it's not a big deal scene, but I'm forgetting the character's name. I was there with him trying to reinstill in him the idea that they have values that they're supposed to hold to. And I think at this point, Kristen Cole is just really resigned to the fact that this is all BS and we all gonna die. And so he's not really worried about that. He doesn't want to discipline the men. He's just here doing what he's supposed to be doing, hand or not, like whatever. He doesn't care. That gets him in a scene and out of a scene without too much fanfare. He's just sitting on his ass. Likewise, with the other Hightower son, that is actually the head of a military or one of their fighting forces, who's supposed to be waiting on Aemon. And he's sniffing something, but he has another idea up his sleeve, which I think he's going to turn on them. And in the preview, it shows that he does have a turn against. And I'm like, well, he's fighting for Aemon. He doesn't care about which king it is. But I think he's going to press his advantage and just go ahead and try to go fight Daemon. Now, there's something gross that I don't want to spoil that happens in this. And it happens between a woman and her manipulations. And this is one of the things that had me really just looking at the screen with utter kind of disgust. Like, this thing that happens, I think they ruin the character a little bit because I don't think that was there for that character. But it does make it all the more creepy. And like, yeah, it's like it's been said about this show. It's hard to root for anybody in this show because everybody in it are reprehensible people in some way or another. There are no good people on either side. So you really don't give a shit. You just waiting to watch them implode and burn each other up. It's pretty much what you're looking at. That scene was disgusting, but it passes quickly, thankfully, without some pain and wincing like a kidney stone. Now, the final battle of this is pretty epic in scale and grandeur, where you have dragons in the fight. And the problem with this is that some of these people are dumb. Too much youthful vigor and not enough intelligence going on. Now, the problem in this comes in the form of, I'm hoping I'm getting this girl's name right, the character's name right, is Baela. Shows up on her new dragon, Sheep Stealer, and readily gets into the fight in the gullet, helping the forces out in the ships, helping the Sea Snake, her father. Well, this is her second ride on this dragon. The first one, she got thrown off the dragon. Second one is out here in battle, and she's all excited. And the dragon, for the most part, is burning people and ships. Like, oh yeah, that's cool. But then it comes upon a sea snake ship and burns them too. And then you realize she has no control over this dragon. Like Aemon when he first rode Vhagar or killed his cousin. This dragon is just on its own. It has no control. She has no control over it, really. She just holding on, screaming stuff and crying in this irritating voice. And this thing is doing what the hell it wants to. It's burning everybody. It don't care. Like, it's all stuff down there to be set on fire. So what would be a benefit turns into a calamity. It's just a calamity. You got to get him out of there. And while nobody knows she's on this dragon, once they get close enough to see who it is on the damn dragon, it doesn't matter because Sheep Stealer is going after them other dragons too. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, they're going to have to get rid of this damn thing. And I found myself thinking I thought there was another dragon, another bigger one called Cannibal. Maybe they need to go find that one because um, Sheep Stealer is a problem. I don't know how they're going to get this damn thing trained. I mean, really, because Bailey ain't got no control over. She's too scary. And the dragon is protecting his rider, so everybody getting it. You can't have it's like a scary person with a gun. Everybody gonna get killed. Scary people don't need shit. Stay in the house and be scary. It's a mess. It is an absolute mess, and it lends to the bigger mistake of somebody actually getting killed. And it's like, well, this is season 3. A lot of these people got to go anyway. But yeah, we knew that was happening. If you're following the story, you know somebody is going to die. Somebody is going to die. The person that did was not a surprise. We were just waiting to see it happen because they were out there kind of dumb. Now, what this means for the next episode is that dragon shit is going to hit the fan. It is. It is going to hit the fan hard, and it's going to be a full-on, brawl for it all. And I'm here for it. But I'm still watchful on what's going to be happening with these characters and how good this story is. Because I'm holding them in this series to the same standard I have for Daredevil Born Again. You cannot entertain me with the bread and circuses and not give me a good story. You need to deliver me a good story. I don't give a shit about the action if the story doesn't hold up. And if I get more of that same crap that I got last season, I'm going to end up hating this show. Because the strength of this show was the writing and the storytelling. Last season, it fell off, introduced some lesbian relationship and some other dumb stuff. I wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling it at all. Wasn't even looking forward to this season coming back. But now that it's here, this is my show. I'm watching my show. You got one episode. You didn't do too much. It was one disgusting part that I didn't think was the character. But okay, that was one part. What are we going to get in the next couple of episodes? Being that I think it's only 8 episodes of this. Okay, we 1 down, 7 to go. Please don't screw this up. And that's my hope in watching the show. But overall, I enjoyed it. I like seeing the characters again and remembering most of these names because it's a lot of characters to keep track of, especially when a lot of their names sound the same. But I like the story. I want to see where it goes and how it progresses for this season. So for me, my review of it is it was entertaining. Well, it's a good way to get back into this show. I'm glad it's back, and I'll be watching it every week. So, like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. I've been Artisan MC, and I will see you next time. Peace.